So this is my Sango kaku that I bought last year from a garden centre, and I'm very happy with where it's currently at the beginning of the growing season in 2026. It is April the 11th, or the 11th of April if you're British, and this is where my Sango kaku is currently at. So starting at the base, I haven't repotted it. It's in the pot that I got it in, and I'm not 100% certain on how the Nursery looks. Okay, it's on a graft. It's very difficult to get these sorts of trees without a graft. So you bite the bullet, you buy the tree. If we go up to this first branch, this was the lowest branch and the strongest branch that I wanted to grow. So I grew that throughout the season and made it a really long branch. That helped thicken this part of the trunk and that branch, but then I cut it off at the end of last season. So I'm quite happy with the shape of it. It's obviously downward facing. I've got another branch underneath that'll add movement and flow and taper to this lower branch. So I'm going to probably, I'm very tempted to keep this bud here, maybe this bud at the back. I'm not sure about this one at the front, or potentially keep this one, get rid of this bottom one. But this cluster of 3 buds is really good because I've got options. So I'm happy with that from this side. This is obviously the front. I determined that by cutting off this branch and this branch. I mean, this one or this one didn't really matter. Well, it did, because obviously I had a branch coming out here that I thought I could utilize from last year, and I feel like this branch and this branch are in decent position to create a nice shape in this bonsai, kind of like lines that go like that cut across these two. So I think something across there is what I'm looking for, and this maybe in line with that, some kind of asymmetric line across there. Not too worried about the apex. The apex can always be rebuilt, can always change direction, but there are branches that I'm very happy with. I mean, this one here, bring you in and have a really good look at this ramification and branch direction. I've got 4 separate branches, all very nicely spaced, very nicely shaped, and what I've done is I've left the leaves on this one. I've taken a couple of leaves off the first internode to try and slow down that growth and let the tips run. I'm going to do the same here. I've taken one off, left one. I'm sort of experimenting with the internode length. I've got 4 beautiful branches from 2 nodes that I grew last year. So I'm very happy. As you can see here, what I did was I selected one bud from the underside of the branch, and that's created a natural curve on that branch. It made it more horizontal than it would have done if I'd have selected one of the other buds on there. So that's decision making that's made it have more of a horizontal look from growing vertically, and that's from the first internode that I came across on that branch last year. So that's how far I cut it back last year. and I made 2 branches last year that are usable branches. It's a little bit chaotic, a little bit confusing, but I've got a number of branches here, and I'm letting a few of them go to help me determine what I'm going to do with this area, because I kind of feel like this one here. So this one here is growing underneath. So this is a downward facing bud. This is also a downward facing bud. I would like a downward facing branch. So something that comes down like that. And this will bring this more horizontal, and I want to keep it sort of going horizontal, maybe beyond horizontal to start with. These ones here are probably going to be removed. So remove those ones, keep this one, remove this one. I mean, in the meantime, like, you can sort of wire it, but don't really need it. This one's also gone really long. Got a long internode here. I'm not going to be able to use that. This one here is still usable, but I'm going to have to wire it into position. So this branch is not quite as successful as the back branch. So up here we have some more branches that were developed from last year. Obviously the whole bonsai tree, the whole composition started last year from nursery stock material. I kind of feel like the tree's heading in the right direction to become a viable bonsai. This is my front, so this one here will probably come in to fill this space down here. I want each branch to relate to the next branch in such a way that it creates, like this way, like that line. That is my, that's the kind of line that I like, sort of just off horizontal in that sort of direction. I think that looks good. Yeah, this is the cut that I made last year. There was a lot of symmetry in this Sango kaku, and I had to remove quite a large part of the tree, the leader. So I removed it, put some cut paste on it, and it's doing a really nice job of healing over. That was a terrible, like, heavy, nasty cut, and it looks really good at the moment. I think it's going to have another good year healing over, so I'm quite happy to just leave that for now. Maybe scrape it off, maybe replace it, but yeah. Very happy with how this Sango kaku is progressing. I think it's got great potential to be a beautiful bonsai.